Hello, I'm presenting my project titled Runoff Estimation using satellite images in sparsely gauged basins, a case on Nzoia River Basin in Kenya. Nzoia Basin is not only vital for Kenya but also the broader region. The area is among the chief growing areas for maize, sugarcane, tea, and various agricultural products. Additionally, it drains into Lake Victoria, one of the most important and strategic water bodies in Africa. Remember, this lake is the source of the Nile, meaning that quite a sizable chunk of North Africa relies either directly or indirectly on what happens in the environs on this area. The area frequently experiences severe flooding, partly due to unsustainable human activities and changing climate patterns. This project aims to understand the impact of these changes on the basin and its consequences. However, these efforts are complicated by the scarcity of hydrometeorological data in the region. Although weather stations in the Nzoia River Basin seem to provide reasonably accurate data on ground, the stations are sparsely distributed, suggesting they are insufficient for runoff estimation. To find a solution to the temporal scarcity of this meteorological data, the project aims to leverage electrical engineering and civil engineering skills so as to use satellites to find a solution. The use of satellites from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA, to map out and determine the extent of flooding finds many applications, and the technology is invaluable both as a warning system and as a source of critical data required for rescue operation and managing future disasters. Like all remotely sensed data, calibration with the available station data is mandatory. Due to effects such as backscatters and attenuation of data, using satellite data directly is infeasible, and thus calibrated data matches observed data more closely than uncalibrated data. This study uses calibrated NASA satellite data to estimate runoff in Nzoia Basin, an important water management region in Kenya with a decreasing quantity and quality of station data. The role of the project is to achieve a better and sustainable future for members of the Nzoia Basin. This aligns perfectly with the SDG goals established by the United Nations. Therefore, it is important to ask ourselves, how does this project relate to the Sustainable Development Goals? The question is answered as follows. SDG 6 for clean water and sanitation, the project focuses on water resource management and runoff estimation in the Nzoia River Basin, thus contributing to the sustainable use of water resources. SDG 11 for sustainable cities and communities, the address of the challenges of flooding in the Nzoia River Basin can improve community resilience to natural disasters, aligning with the goal of creating sustainable and safe urban environments. SDG 13 for climate action, as the project considers the effects of a changing climate on the basin, it indirectly contributes to climate action efforts by enhancing our understanding of climate-related challenges in the region. On SDG 15 for life on land, the project's findings on the impact of unsustainable human activities on the basin can inform efforts to protect terrestrial ecosystems and biodiversity, a core objective of SDG 15. On SDG 17, on partnership for the goals, collaborative efforts are crucial for addressing complex challenges. The project's use of satellite data from NASA showcases international cooperation in using advanced technology to address water-related issues in Kenya. In the context of the IEEE Smart Village Initiative, we can explore how this project relates to its three key pillars. Number 1, energy. In the case of Nzoia River Basin, understanding runoff patterns is crucial for harnessing renewable energy resources, such as hydropower. By accurately estimating runoff, the project contributes to the development of sustainable energy sources, aligning with the energy pillar of IEEE Smart. Secondly, in the context of education, the project indirectly supports this goal by providing an understanding of the region's hydrology. This knowledge can be used to design educational programs that address the impacts of climate change, water resource management, and flood preparedness. In this way, the project contributes to education by providing vital information for informed entrepreneurship. The project's focus on sustainable water resource management and flood mitigation has direct implications for entrepreneurship. By addressing the challenges of flooding and water resource management, communities in the Nzoia River Basin can develop entrepreneurship ventures related to agriculture, water-related services, and disaster resilience. The project therefore provides the foundational data necessary for the creation of business opportunities and sustainable economy. The heart of this project lies in the innovative use of satellite data to estimate runoff in regions with limited hydrometeorological information. The project employs the NAM Mike 11 runoff models and explores the use of NESA's GEOS5 data for runoff estimation. The results indicate that when properly calibrated, the satellite data can provide reliable estimates for discharge in sparsely gauged basins. The project's innovative approach to runoff estimation using satellite data holds great promise for regions with limited hydrometeorological networks. It helps address challenges related to water resources, flooding, and climate change in the Nzoia River Basin. Moreover, by indirectly contributing to several sustainable development goals, it underscores the importance of scientific research and collaboration in tackling complex environmental and societal issues. Now that a calibration protocol is established, we need to make the data understandable to the public. We are exploring ideas on the use of applications to warn people of the onset of floods, public educations, and other means to the public so that they may become more aware of the watershed and make them more conscious to its preservation and sustainable management. We must emphasize and ingrain the importance of removing focus from taming Nzoia River and shifting it to a peaceful coexistence with the ebbs and flows of the natural systems of the river. This is particularly difficult to implement because people who are most affected by changes in the Nzoia basin live in the remote areas, and therefore gaining access to them at a suitable budget is a logistical nightmare. Additionally, we must keep refining the data and increasing its accuracy. Therefore, we plan to detect the effects of backscatters caused by altitudes on the effectiveness of the satellite data acquired. We also plan to study the effects of surface fluxes and how the energy budget behaves in the basin so as to make our models more effective. Finally, we hope that our work can be expanded to more data-scarce areas and that the use of satellites can be useful in Africa and beyond to those experiencing problems having to do with accurate and reliable data. I hope you've gained a better insight into our work. If you are interested in the technical details, we have published a paper in the Water Practice and Technology Journal by the International Water Association. You can enter the DOI link provided on the screen in your browser to access the paper. You can also contact me via my email mureithi@gmail.com or via my phone number +254 705 769 439.